Welcome, everybody, to Breaker 35 International. My name is Steve Hoffman, VP of Global Operations for the company. Today's training is Business 101, Part 1. This is a series of trainings we're going to be doing, and we're starting off, obviously, with Part 1. There's a lot of information here. For some of you, may have seen some of it before, and for others, it may all be new. It's kind of a compilation of things that I've learned over the years being in business for about 30 years, also in network marketing for a major part of those 30 years, as well as traditional business. You kind of take the best from both worlds. So what I want to do right now is get started here. Those of you watching the recording, you're welcome as well. Again, this is part 1. So let's get started with today's training. Business 101, Part 1. First of all, getting started is one of the topics we're going to be going over. These are the topics page. You are the boss here when it comes to being self-employed. There's nobody telling you what you need to do. And that's what people are not used to. You go to your job, daily routine, you have assignments, things you need to get done. Well, you make those when you're the boss. You decide what you can do. And a lot of the issues with people having is how to do it. What do I do? What comes first? And hopefully through this training, we can put you in the right direction. Then we're going to go over the power of levels, building your team. Then business tools you're going to need along with marketing tools. Then investing in my business, which is your business. So it's important. People always ask me, is it free? When people ask that question, I'm not sure if they should be in business because business is not free, whether it's time or money, and actually it's both. What's your target market, your contact list? Who are you going to speak to? And communication. How are you going to communicate with your team? Maybe they might not be local. So let's start off with getting started. Your frame of mind. I really like the secret here to business. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. You got to start somewhere, and a lot of people put it off. So what's your frame of mind? Are you really ready to start your business, or are you just thinking about starting your business? I like to say some people think about it, some people think about doing it, and some people do it. Which one of those are you? Traditional business. You hire people in a traditional business. And if you have a company, maybe a franchise or a store, you need staff there, unless you're working by yourself. But majority of businesses, you have to hire somebody. Well, guess what? In network marketing, you're not really hiring because they're self-employed. They're your prospects. So you need to find your prospects. The difference here, the words are hire employees, find prospects. Technically the same thing, but when it's network marketing, they're working for themselves. Yeah, they're part of your team. And the better you communicate and better you train and work with your team, the more success you're going to have. Traditional business, you have inventory. You got to stock product. Are you going to sell? Whether it's food, you need food if you're a restaurant. If you're a clothing store, you need clothes. Sporting goods stores, you need sporting good items. Well, guess what? In network marketing, if you're selling products, you need an inventory. If it's services, obviously it's a little different. But when you're coming down to products, you need to have your inventory available. If someone wants to sign up with your business and they ask you, by the way, do you have any product I can buy? You need to have that available. Don't give everything away. This is business. When they have their job, they don't give their hours away to their boss. They don't say, well, I'll work 5 hours today for free. You don't need to pay me. Don't be afraid to ask for the money. That's where a lot of people mess up as well. There's a lot of messing up in getting started in business. There's nothing wrong with charging them. You paid for it, so let them pay for it. If you want to sample some products like the warehouse stores, each country has their own version of different warehouse stores where people sample food. That could be okay, maybe a family member, but really, Don't worry about charging. Nothing wrong with it. Traditional business, you market, you promote your business. If people don't know about your business, if you have a store and nobody knows about it, who's going there? You just can't rely on being in a shopping center and having a sign above your store. You need to promote the store. I know in the US it's really big with pizza places. They'll send things in the mail, coupons in the mail. You got to do something to promote your business. Network marketing is the same. You got to market and promote your business. How are you going to do that? Who are you going to tell? You got to start off with the people that you know. Everybody needs to know you're in business. They don't have to work with you. Just let them know what you're doing. If you don't want to prospect them, still talk to them. Let them know, hey, I just started with Break Road 35. If you know anybody, it's called indirect marketing. If you know anybody that needs some of these products, you could talk about that. This is what you do, and explain to them. They may run away because you may have done so many businesses in the past trying to recruit them. Don't even try with those people. Don't even try. You can even say, I don't even want to recruit you. I just want to let you know that I started a new company, and I would do the same for you. So this is what I'm doing. This is what I've got. If you know somebody that needs us, hey, let me know. That's all you need to do. Traditional business, there's initial investment. Always, you get a franchise. What does a franchise fee cost these days? It could be anywhere from $10,000 to maybe $1 million. And then you don't get anything. In network marketing, you have an initial investment. Now, some they market for free. Yeah, in Break Road, you could start for free. You're not going to make a whole lot of money, but it's something. But if you're really thinking about doing something with business, you got to invest something. You got to get a package. And if you're serious, it should be a builder package or higher so you can get into the dual team bonus. Why leave money on the table? Why get paid 5 ways when you get paid 8 or 9 ways? It just makes no sense doing the same thing and getting paid less. That's like going to your job and you go to your boss and you say, you know what? I'll work today. Pay me 30% less today. I want to give you a break. You're doing the same thing. That's crazy. You wouldn't do that. Same thing in network marketing. You want to try and get the most you can out of it. And people say, I don't have the money. Well, guess what? If you don't do something, 10 years from now, the same thing will be, I don't have the money. Finding business partners. What to look for when you're searching out there. And Les Brown has a saying I really like. If you don't have to, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. And you surround yourself with the people, those business partners. So what are you looking for when we're talking about these business partners? Well, you got to identify your comfort zone. And what do I mean by that? Things that you like to do in business. I'm talking business now. Do you like to use the phone? Do you like to be online? Do you like to meet people face to face? And what you're going to do is identify your comfort zone, things you like, things you're good at. But that will also tell you things you don't like. You want to write a circle. Inside the circle, write down everything that you like to do about business. And outside the circle, write down all the things you don't like to do about business. And try to find what you don't like in the prospects that you're talking to that they do like. Oh, I like doing that. So what you're doing is you're making your business well-rounded. Things that you don't like to do, other people on your team like to do it. So you have to identify your comfort zone to do that. And then you also identify things you're not comfortable with. And you can search for that. Now you can find people that are like you as well. That's also fine because they may do things a little differently. First week in business. What are you going to do your first week? Do you have a plan? Are you just going to think about it? Are you just going to read? Are you just going to study? Or are you going to talk to people? The best way to do business is the practical way. And that means going out and practicing, doing the business. You make mistakes, that's okay. In business, people make mistakes all the time. In fact, there is people out there that say the more mistakes you make, the more success you have. because if they say if you're not making mistakes, you're not working. So what are you going to do your first week? Who are you going to talk to? Who are those people? What are you going to do? You're going to do a demonstration? How many demos are you going to do your first week? Oh, I don't know how to do a demo? Well, don't worry. Practice and keep doing them with people. You can mess up. That's okay. They don't know if it's right or wrong. So just do it. But you need the product to do it. And getting a package, depending on what country you're in, you may not be able to get it right away. That's why inventory is so important to get from your sponsor. Buy some regular pads from your sponsor to do the demonstration. First month in business. What are you going to do your first month in business? Which I mean here, how many directs are you going to have? We're going to talk about that. How many people do you want on your team direct to you your first month? And how many should they have their first month? You don't need to do a whole lot when it comes to your first week and your first month planning, because you're also learning at the same time. But the best way to learn is by doing. But have a goal for your first week. Have a goal for your first month. Your first 5 people are critical. Getting started. Those are your people you want to talk to, people you know, people that live, get this, close to you. Not online, close to you. The biggest mistake you can make, and I'm telling you right now, is do a business like this, getting started online. Can you do it online? Yes. But your first 5 people need to be people that live and work close to you so you can stay focused, they can stay focused. You can have meetings together, create an environment, create an energy. Energy is so important in business. Do you have the right energy with your team? So get them going, work together. Some people may live on the other side of the country. That's okay. But really, your first 5, keep it local, not far from you at all. So when you get down, you want to create something like this, a chart, and write down the names of your first 5 people. Okay, write down, this is so important. And in the beginning, it'll be a prospect list. But once they sign up, it's going to be your distributor list. These are people that are direct to you, your first 5. So what do you do next? Get their first 5 people. And it's all by doing the demo. That's all you need to do the first month. The more demos you do, the more people you have, you can do the demo for them, and they can do the demo in front of you for their friends as well. It's just depending on how good they are. Maybe their weakness is a presentation. Well, if you're local, you can do the presentation for them. We have some people here that I met with, and some are really shy. They just can't get over that. It's outside of their comfort zone. They can't talk to people or a group of people. So I can do the presentation for them. They can find the people. I'll do the speaking. But eventually they're going to have to get outside of that comfort zone and really develop some kind of skills in speaking. And when they do it with their friends, it's a little bit easier. That's why we start off with the people that we know. The power of levels. This is also important in building your team. So you can see the numbers. Just don't need to imagine them. It starts off with you. And then on level 1, those are going to be your 5 directs that you have. Next, they're going to get their 5 directs. So now you've got level 2 will be 5 people that have their 5 directs. Is 25 people on your team just on level 2. Those 25 do the same thing as 125. Level 4, look at this. 625 people just on level 4 by everyone keeping it simple and doing demos and trying to get their 5 directs. Level 5, 3,125. Are you kidding me? That's a lot of people. And you started with 5, and that's it? Those are 5. Those could be the only 5 you know. When you do the math and you add it all up, that's almost 4,000 people. Almost 4,000 people. Why are you not getting your first 5? And we're all guilty of this. Maybe not the first 5, but helping them get their first 5. Somewhere along the line, it's going to slow down. And that's normal. Expect it. Not everybody's going to get 5. But start off with your first 5. Get your first 5 and work it 5 levels deep, because it'll go beyond 5 levels deep. But get there. That's where you need to go in your first few months. What business tools am I going to need? Business tools are critical. Where are you going to work? Are you going to work from home? Are you going to work in an office? Maybe you have an office, a business already. Or are you going to work in the field? And I don't mean the football field, or baseball field, football, the basketball, they have a court. But where are you going to work? The field, I mean outside an office, outside a home. It could be meeting people at the mall, at your church, wherever it may be, just out there. And that could be your working environment, but you need to find a meeting place. Where are you going to meet people? Where are you going to do your demos? Even if they're one-on-one. Some people say, well, I don't have a group of people yet. I can't do a demo. Do it for one person. That's how I started. I still do demos for one person at a time. If it's one person, it's one person I didn't meet. And that one person can be your spark plug for your business to really make it going. Organizational tools, charts, tables, lists. That's keeping yourself organized. Who are your first 5 people? What are who are their first 5 people? Keep track of that. Your charts, some people like to use a chart diagram. Some people like to use tables. Some people like to use lists. Whatever it may be. Some people use computers. Some people use whiteboards. Whatever you need to do, you can put a whiteboard on the wall with your people. And as it's growing, you add names. And this way you can keep track. And if it gets too deep, as you get too deep and there's too many people, you can just put check marks for each person. But just do something that's visual that you can see that you're going to check every day. Phone. You may need to upgrade your phone so you can use it for internet. Make sure your phone has all the tools. Your contact list is there. Those are the people that you should be talking to. It's right on your phone. Internet, home, pocket Wi-Fi, depending on what country you're in. I know in the U.S., they have hotspots on their phone. They don't need the pocket Wi-Fi. Some countries, you need pocket Wi-Fi. You're in business. Do you have the business tools? Is your internet slow? Is your internet fast? Get it as fast as it can be in the country that you're in. Computer, laptop, need to do that. Now you're saying, wow, all these are expensive. How am I going to do this? We're going to talk about how to get the business tools, okay? Right now, I'm just showing you what you need. There is a plan to get these tools as you build your business. Software. If you have a computer or laptop, make sure you have Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, okay? And that's software working, and that's in your working place, wherever you're going to be. But that's your office. So you need to have that on your computer. I have Apple products, so I like to also have Keynote to do presentations. That replaces PowerPoint, but I still need PowerPoint. This is a PowerPoint presentation. And a printer. It doesn't need to be color. You can get that later on. Laser printer obviously is faster, better quality. See what you can do to get that. Again, you're in business. You need to be set up for business. And we'll talk about how you do all of that as well. Marketing tools. No one knows about your business when you get started. The first day, they have no clue that you're in business. So what are you going to do to inform them? Whether I mentioned already, they don't need to be a prospect. They can just know about your business and they may help you find people. Eventually, they may refer enough people, you can go to them and say, you're pretty good at this. Why not join me? Make some money. People need to know you're open for business. Do you have your open sign? You ever see the stores on the doors that said open or closed? Where's your open sign? Well, there's signs that you can use to show people that you're open. You don't have to have something around your neck saying that you're open. Don't worry about that. So what marketing tools am I going to need to start my business? Well, depending what country you are, they call them different things. They could be business cards or calling cards. And cards in a box don't make you any money. Got to take the cards out of the box and give them to people. Everybody that you know has to have your business card. Every single person, whether you're prospecting them or not, because they may know someone that needs your product. It's also a great door opener. Oh, what are you doing? People may ask you, what are you doing? Or you could be out in public meeting somebody you don't even know, talking to them. Oh, by the way, here's my card. This is what I do. If you know somebody, send them my way, refer them. If they do, maybe I'll help you out as well a little bit. Do that with other business people in business. Do the same thing. Go to network meetings. They have network meetings all over the place. Exchange business cards, calling cards. If you have a car, is your car working for you? Your car has something called the car door. You can get a magnetic sign, which is your business card on your car. People driving by see your car all day long. And if there's no sign on it, and I got to get mine, I'm getting a new one right now, I'm going to get different types of signs. I'm going to get a sign for the opportunity, and I can keep it generic. I don't even mention the company name. You don't have to if you don't want to. That's up to you. Just an opportunity. I'm going to describe what I want to put on there. If you put too much text on your sign, your car door sign, they can't read it because the letters need to be as large as possible. So keep it as brief and keep the letters as large as possible. Normally, they're 12 inches by 18 inches or 12 inches by 24 inches, depending on your car door. Then I'm going to have another sign for a workshop, a free workshop, educating people, a cancer awareness workshop. I'm going to make it generic because I want men there as well. If I say cervical cancer, maybe only women show up. Cancer awareness workshop. And you can put something there saying, if you can do it on Saturdays, you can have this Saturday. So you put it there this coming Saturday with a phone number for RSVP. Okay, so people contact you. But you need to have a little more than that. You have to explain, you could be even saying you're getting poisoned along with cancer awareness. Learn how and the solution on how to stop it. Very simple. Put it in your own words. And then you have one for products. It could be maybe Puresses. Do something simple again. Too many words, the letters are small and people can't read it. They're driving by too fast or they're parked somewhere and they just don't really look at it because it's too small. They don't have their reading glasses on when they're driving. So make it large enough they can read it. If you go to places where there's a lot of traffic, that's even better. Okay, banners. And some people in the Philippines, they call it tarpaulins. Banners, tarpaulins. These are signs that you could put on a stand or you can hang on a wall when you're doing an event that you take with you. It makes you look more professional. You can also use these at trade shows, all different types of shows that you should go to. You should have a booth once you start getting some money in. Have the booth. Flyers, color flyers from a printer. Don't need to be front and back. And just be on the front is fine. One-sided flyers. If you want to do two-sided, that's okay. Brochures. It could be bifold. It could be trifold. Postcards. Usually 5 inches by 7 inches. You don't need to mail them. Just have them so you can give them out. It's like a larger version of a business card where you can put more information if you're doing an event. Door hangers in your community. Then they hang on the doorknobs of people's homes or where they live. And it's a little bit longer. It's only a few inches wide and maybe 8 inches long, depending on where you're going, what printer you're going to. And you just leave them on the door. It just advertises your business. It's just one more thing to think of. Office supplies. Do you have the material, the tools you need where you're working, whether it be paper or something else? You need to have all that in place. Should I invest in my business? Yeah, of course. This is where most people mess up. You need to invest in your business, time and money as you grow. When you make money, you need to invest more. Why should I invest in why should you have to invest in your business? Because you want to grow your business. Athletes, they invest in their business, not just in time, but not in just working out and practicing. Some of them get coaches, pay them off season to get better. And that's what you need to do. You need to get better. How much does it cost to join? They are not joining. That is the wrong mentality. You're not joining a business. You're creating a business. You're starting a business. This is not about joining. It's not about a thing. And it's just the wrong type of words people are using. And that's because the way people marketed in the past. Too many people wanted to become business oriented or business type people, entrepreneurs, and didn't do it the right way. It wasn't their fault. They didn't have any guidance. And that's something we want to change at Break Road, to give you some guidance. You're not joining anything. You're starting a business. That's your right mentality. People think they can pay a little or nothing and become rich. Well, if their name is rich, yeah, they are rich, but that's about it. And the only way they're going to become rich is by investing in their business, time and money. Startup investment. When you're starting a franchise or a traditional business, it costs a lot of money. That's the great thing about network marketing. You don't have to spend a lot of money to start making money. And what are you going to do with that money you make? There's going to be a continued investment as well as you grow. It doesn't stop with your initial investment. You may need to upgrade your package. You may need to advertise, do some marketing, do some events as you grow. You use your commissions to do that. And how? Well, in the beginning, if you already have a job, network marketing is extra money that you didn't have. So take 50% of that in the beginning for your tools, your products, your promotion. Remember that business tools page with the laptops, the printers, and all that other stuff? That's where this comes from. How about the marketing tools, the banners, the car magnet signs, the business cards, your calling cards? Comes from here. 50%. If you can afford more, that's great. And then use the other 50% to motivate you. Save some of it and buy yourself a gift as well. You can reward yourself, but maybe not in the beginning. You really want to put as much as you can back into your business, but always save at least 10% of what you earn for your future. Okay? Always put away 10% for you. It's called pay yourself first. I was taught back in 1992 to write myself a bill and send it to myself in the mail. I actually sent myself a bill in the mail for 10% of my income from network marketing. And I had to put that into savings, some type of savings. And then I paid the rest of my bills with what I had left over. And if I had nothing left over after that, I had no fun. So that's what encouraged me to work harder. My target market. You have cold market versus warm market versus hot market. What is that? Well, first of all, your cold market are people that you don't know at all. Your warm market are your acquaintances, people that you know. You may not hang around with them so much. And then your hot market is your friends and your family. Start off backwards the way it's written. Your hot market is first. Those are the people should be on your top 5 prospect list. Your friends and your family. Break Road is great for family. I have family doing this because it's about helping them be more comfortable, about improving their health, and preventing a lot of diseases. That's what we're about. So if you care about them, you want to talk to them. Hot market first. And you should have your 5 people there. You shouldn't even need your warm market yet. Maybe for your next 5. Because we talked about getting 5. It doesn't stop with 5. You have to get your next 5. And we'll talk about 5 in a moment. So identify your hot market and the magnifying glass. Those are the people that you want to talk to first. Who needs my product? Create a list. Who needs your product? What products do you have in your country? Who needs them? Write down that list. Hot market. Who needs income? Who in your hot market needs to make more money? Write that down. Have your list. Could be on a piece of paper, a whiteboard, or a computer. Create your prospect list out of your hot market. Your first 5 may not be your first 5. What do I mean by that? Kind of confusing. Well, what I mean is your first 5 may not be your first 5. He just said the same thing. But you have to understand it. Not everybody's going to share your vision. Not everybody's going to continue. Not everybody's going to get their first 5. So your first 5 may not be what you need. You may need to get a number 6 in your first 5, or number 7 in your first 5. You'll know almost right away within your first month. If they're not talking to their hot market and they're not developing their first 5, they may not be your first 5. Their first 5 will tell them if it's your first 5. You may have to put them in your second 5 and your third group of 5. I like to do it 5 at a time. I'm not saying just stop at 5, develop 5, which means possibly finding 6 or 7, but it's got to be 5. Approach method. How are you going to approach the people? What are you going to say? Is it going to be internet or face-to-face? I like face-to-face because the results are so much higher. Not even close to internet. Internet, your success rate is going to be extremely low compared to face-to-face. So internet is something you do when you run out of your warm market. That could be part of your cold market marketing techniques or strategy. Internet should be the last thing you do, or like when I do, I have some free time, I promote it online, and once in a while you get lucky. Yeah, you do get lucky. But face-to-face, and it's local, you can build it, you can have your meetings, you can keep each other motivated, because in business, there's nobody to motivate you but yourself and your team and hopefully your sponsor. And your sponsor's got to also let you know when things need to be fixed or corrected. Methods of communication, important. You see laptops here, phone, going around the world, because you can build this globally after you build it locally. So there are no limitations here. Frequency of your communication. Now I'm talking about with your team. How often do you communicate with your team? A lot of times it may need to be through email or a phone call or a text. And as your team gets large, it's going to be harder to do that with everybody. So that's where email is more important to help you in those areas. People need to have email if they're in business. If they don't have email, they got to get email. I'm sorry, just some countries, they give you the excuse about, oh, we're not technologically savvy here. Got to get there to be in business. Otherwise, maybe you shouldn't be in business. You got to have the tools. So start thinking differently. Identifying your serious business partners as well. Those are the ones that you really want to keep in communication with and focus. And they should contact you. If you're the sponsor, they need to learn that they have to reach out to you as well. Weekly activity reporting. This shows their focus. They need to let you know maybe every week what they've done, how many people they talked to, how many demos they did, and who's signing up. That's weekly activity reporting. What do most people do on a weekly basis? That's why you want the report, because they don't really do a whole lot. And this will keep them focused. Well, my business is not growing. Well, based on your report, you didn't speak to anybody last week. That's why it's not growing. Negativity, stinking thinking. People tell us you can't do it, and you tell yourself you can't do it. Most people quit on themselves in network marketing. Actually quit on themselves. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds crazy, but that's what's happening. Last slide. I've been asked to do this in all our training now. The compliance slide. When you're promoting break road products or just one individual product, you must include the following. This is like you can put down an important note, disclaimer, okay? With one product, you need to put this product is not a medicinal drug and should not be used to treat symptoms of any disease. If it's just Pure Essence, you can put down Pure Essence is not a medicinal drug. If you're marketing multiple products, you got to put down break road products are not medicinal drugs and should not be used to treat symptoms of any disease. We're about prevention. And prevention is a lot better than getting disease. That's what all Break Road is about. Hopefully you got an idea. This is just part 1. There's so much more to go through because I've had years of training in this area. Hopefully you found this helpful. This is Business 101, part 1 that you're watching. Don't go away. Those that are here live, those of you on the phone, I can't see you and we can't talk. But anyway, let's break here. I'm going to stop the recording for those that are here, and we'll still go live for a few seconds here.